Good morning, my name is Josh Jones. This is fire safety training in Sams. Here we are on the top floor of Sams. I'm going to take you through the building today, looking at all the various fire hazards and risks and fire exits and procedure, and also our extinguishing methods, which we'll probably start off with. We're on the top floor here, and as you can see, we've got two fire extinguishers already straight away. This is foam fire extinguisher and a CO2 fire extinguisher. Just next to us here we've got the building storeroom, so there's all sorts of fire risks in there, sort of fridges, tumble dryers, washing machines, things like that. So it's quite important that you have extinguishing methods nearby. Foam fire extinguisher typically is used for fuel fires, so petrol, anything like that. But it's also effective on any other sort of wood fires, paper, stuff like that, just general fires. CO2 is used for electrical fires as well as fuel fires, so it's obviously quite a handy one up here. Lots of electrical units, lots of potential for electrical fire. So that's those two covered. Obviously just sit on those gantries there. This one is sort of a foam dispensing nozzle on the hose there. It's a good idea to check your pressure every now and again, just make sure it's fully charged. And as you can see, that's the safety clip just come off there. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's pull the pin and squeeze, pointing up where obviously you want to extinguish. This one's slightly different. It's got the old horn on it, and that you want to aim at. And you don't want to hold on to it when you're using it though with this one, because it will get cold. It freezes up very quickly. I mean, you can move it, but this bit here will be metal, so it's a lot more conductive. But it's the same thing again, just pull the pin. It should have a pressure gauge on this somewhere, but it doesn't. So that's unfortunate. And this is our first manual active alarm point. It's just a lift and press. Obviously anybody can use this, any staff, or if there's even a customer might be up here, see fire and they think, right, let's get the old fire alarms going. And that activates the alarms throughout the whole building. I think we've got 3 or 4 of these around. I'll show you the rest as we go down. So yeah, that's top floor done. Get you down into the restaurant area. We have another alarm point. Here there's a nice little display sign for you there. Just any person discovering a fire, as I said, not just staff, it could be anybody. So sound the alarm, call the fire brigade, attack the fire if possible using the appliances provided. That refers to obviously fire extinguishers, fire blankets, anything like that. Leaving the building by the nearest route. So as in this building, as it's all go down onto the main street, but obviously there is outdoor areas just up here as well. But if possible, our fire assembly point is just opposite the restaurant by the Globe posting house. So that's the place we want to be. Just says there, report to assembly point outside the Globe Hotel. And it is important that you don't take any risks and you don't return to the building until authorised to do so by the fire brigade. And we don't have a passenger lift here, so it's not really applicable. It's another fire extinguisher. It's another foam one. So as you can see there, this is the categories that it's applicable for. As I said on the previous one, B is petrol, fuel, A is sort of general wood fires, paper fires, that sort of stuff. Just quick instructions there for you as well. Been over that already. So the exit points we have here at Sams are both down the stairs and the exterior front doors. So any fire up here, any fire in the building anywhere, we're ideally trying to get out the front door, everyone out quickly and safely to assemble, as I said before, by the Globe posting house, so that we can do a proper head count and make sure that everyone's accounted for. So I'll take you downstairs and show you. So yeah, I'm downstairs by the exit points here. This is obviously just our main exterior door, and there's the assembly point just across the road there. So in the event of any fire, everybody in the building as quickly and safely as possible. There is another exterior door just behind us. So either door really is, that's one's locked at the moment, but either door really is acceptable. If I take you just around here again, actually, this is the fire panel. So this is for the alarm system. So this is for setting and disabling the alarm, but also it's quite handy if you do hear an alarm and you're working here, you'll be able to find out which alarm it is that's going off, or if it could be a fault. So you know, if you find one and no one's broken it, obviously you know it's a fault and you don't really want to evacuate everybody. So that's, yeah, handy to know. So here in the kitchen, obviously we've got a few more specific fire hazards. So we have other extinguishing methods such as a fire blanket, which is kept on the wall up here. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I mean there's no harm in taking it out, so you want to have a look at one. This is obviously for fuel fires again, but I mean largely speaking in the kitchen environment it's going to be for fat fires, that sort of stuff, chip pans, where you can't obviously use water as an extinguishing method because it displaces the oil. So this is obviously, if you're attacking a fire, you just have to lay it on top of it, make sure it forms a good tight blanket over the fire, and just leave it, stand well away from it for as long as possible, and that will obviously starve the fire of any oxygen, thus extinguishing. And also we have the powder extinguisher in the kitchen here, which is ideal again for chip pan fryers and electrical fires as well, as you can see on the end there. But I mean, it's as most are, it's applicable for wood fires and general paper fires, that sort of stuff. But that's a really handy one to have in the kitchen because you've always got electrical appliances nearby, so it's, you don't really want to be spraying water if you don't have to. So the powder one's the best one to have around here. It's important to remember when using extinguishers, where possible, you want to stay on the safe side of the fire, and what that means is if the fire is between you and the evacuation point, you don't really want to be attacking it from, say this side of the fire. If the fire's over there, if possible you want to be around the other side in case it escalates. You can still access the escape route. So it's important not to get trapped, not to get the fire between you and the escape route, and attack it quickly and safely. Most fire extinguishers will go for about 5 minutes before a small one that sort of size. The smaller ones are a little bit less, but so you don't want to be stuck for too long. So that's it from me, Josh Jones at Sams Fire Safety Training, and remember, think safe, be safe.